Welcome to Dee's Kitchen and Woodworking. We're adding some woodworking to our kitchen stuff. So we've been making these and been getting a lot of people asking how we're doing it. There are YouTube videos out there, but we're gonna just show our version of it real kind of quick today, hopefully. We have everything prepped. So this is the 4-foot trellis that we are making. I did put a coat of tung oil on this already and it's due to get another one, but right now this is what it looks like with the tung oil. So we do have 5 pieces of our picket, so you need 2 pickets or 1.5 pickets for one of these. I just buying 3 pickets and then we can make 2. So that's either 4 foot or 6 foot. They're pretty much the same, built the same. We have our 5/16 carriage bolts, what we're using down here. I've been putting in 2-inch, 2 1/4, you can't seem to find, 2-inch screws in just to hold each of these cross braces on the outside, and then we are air nailing with the air nailer brad nails, 1 1/8 from the front, and from the back I've been using 1 3/4 because of the way that we cut ours. So we have our cross braces at 21, 17.5, and 6 is about what's been working out pretty much. That doesn't look like that's right for this one, but it's not 6. That's not 6. 6 is half, so this is actually 12. 12. Anyways, I was measuring halves a minute ago. So we are going to get started. So this is what we're building. So I will lay that one out of the way. I have 5 pickets here. Can you show right down on them? Well, you don't have to go too close, but I do always pick, if there's any that have a knot, you want to keep that more in the middle because the middle one doesn't bend too much. And then keep your better ones. This here one is pretty good. There's not too much for knots on all of it. So first thing we are going to do is glue, and I made a big mess because I dropped this in my full glue instead of my other glue. About 6 inches up. Lay the next one on top. This is a exterior glue that we're using. Put that in there. We're gonna build this all today. Otherwise, you can put spacers between them, but we're gonna have it spread out here in no time, so we don't really need to worry about that. Stick them all up like so. And all right, and we'll deal with that later. Okay, so I'll line them all up neat here. Give me one of those little pieces lined up. So there. Okay. Then I have a C-clamp. Pull this off the edge of the table here. And I put the C-clamp on. Don't have that ready though. Just to kind of hold them together at the base here while we're working and getting our bolts through there. All right. A little bit. Make sure they don't shift on you. Oops, we hold those, bud. Can you hold with one hand down there?
Yeah.
Usually I have another helper, not a videographer. You can do it by yourself, but. All right, then I forgot what size bit I have for those. They're 5/16 carriage bolts, but it's bigger than that. And oops, I'm putting them, I'm just gonna mark this before, about 1 1/2 up and 2 3/4. So 1 1/2, 2 3/4 is where I've been putting my bolts. It's been working out pretty good. Straight down through. Going off center a little bit here. So I will get these drilled and then we will come back in a minute when we're ready to put the bolts in and have some more steps ready. So be right back. Okay, so we drilled through with the 5/16 bit. You need a little bit bigger one. I went with a 3/8. And just to ream out the top a little bit here, because these bolts have this big square thing on there. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, we need a little more room at the top. So do a little bit bigger bit there. Hammer that through. Flip her over. I'll watch These are 1/2 inch, so I'm needing a 1/2 inch wrench. Yours might be different if you get a different size. And something that we learned, cedar is quite soft. It's a great wood for outdoors. It will hold up well. However, doing this type of stuff, do not over tighten them. Just get it snug and quit. Because otherwise what it's doing on the other side, you can't see it, it's pulling it in. And I even cracked this one just a little bit. And that head's just gonna suck right in there. So just snugly tight and call it good. Ready your C-clamp, set it aside. Okay, back here. All right, you can back up a little bit, buddy. Put that middle one right in the middle there. Those screws. All right, so.
Okay, I'll put that one.
I'll come down there. I can't do it from here.
Yeah, I'll put that one in the middle.
No, here, see these screws? I got 2 screws on.
Oh, the screws in the middle?
These screws right here. That's just to keep me centered when we spread these out. So now we're going to start spreading these out. I have, let me back up here a little bit to the side there so you can see. I have 7-inch pieces of wood here. Keep them up to the top here. This one's arguing with me a little bit. Nice and slow. I might snap her. I did let this wood dry out. We were using wetter wood, and I let these ones dry out a bit. So can you hold that a little bit there?
Yeah.
While I spread this out. Nice and slow. Hear any cracking on that one yet? One more to go here. You gotta hold that really tight there, buddy.
All right.
Nice and slow. Okay. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like. Now we gotta get that centered back into my spot. I have a spot down there. It's fitting my 6-foot one though, not my 4-foot one. But it will be close. So this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to measure up from the bottom, but I don't remember the measurements for the 4-foot one. So let me get those real quick here. 23, 32, 41. 23, 32, 41. 23, 32. No, Reba. That's our shop dog there. Yeah, she makes sure that we know she has a ball.
Yeah.
So then we measure up our middle one here. 23, 32, 41. Reba. I don't want your ball, thank you. This is an all-day thing with her. And then we put them just below our lines. Ooh, that one's too short. We're gonna have to go make a different one for this one. Maybe this one was for here. Yeah, it looks like this one was for here. So I'll have to make a different one. So I'll have to tell you the measurement of that one later because that's obviously wrong. Probably this guy here. Yep, it's the size that I didn't have ready. I thought this was for my other trellis, but it's for this one. So I'll have to sand that one. I did not sand that piece. So anyways, we will start air nailing these down. Like I said, I used the 1 1/8 on the front. I kind of center them across on your trellis, wherever you want them to be. I'm gonna go a little lower than that because this piece seems a little short. Where's my square? I've been squaring them too, so they're not too crazy crooked. Just quickly get a little bit of an idea off that center mark that's somewhat on. And then the outside ones I'm going to put screws in, so I do tack one at top and the bottom, but try not to do them in the middle on those outside ones of all of these. So we're going to do all of that, and then we will come back once we get that. I got to sand that board and get the measurements and stuff for you. So be back in a few. Okay, so we flipped it over after we did the 1 1/8 pin nails, brad nails, whatever on the other side. We flipped it over and just did the 1 3/4 brad nails because we had to go through this whole piece of wood. And we just did the 3 center ones because I'm going to put screws or little bolts on the outside ones. So I did not do the longer brad on the outside. So we're going to flip it back over. and start drilling these holes. We have a 5/32 bit in my drill. This is a little tricky too. Drilling down through all that nice and straight. Trying not to come out the sides. I probably will on the video. I haven't yet on all the ones we've made, but you watch this one. Since we're on video, it'll probably be D1. And then we will do that on all the outsides. And our bolts, hopefully they'll fit in there. Thank you, we're busy here. Yeah, it's almost gone through, so those don't matter. Those will come out now. Alright, Reba, go. So we will put our nut on the back of those. Show that buddy up close here, what we got going. And we'll put a nut on there, and then we'll tighten that all up, and we will do all the outside threes, and then we'll come back and show you the final product. Be back in a few. Thanks. All right, we are on the last bolt here, snugging them up, and here's Reba with her ball for us. Yeah, I know it's there. She's a piece of work. All right, go away. So we have a 4-foot trellis, and we went with the bolts on the outside just because once your vines get big and heavy on them, I just didn't feel that the air nails or brad nails were going to be enough to hold up to that. So I thought that might be a little bit better. I don't know if it is or not, but it doesn't cost that much more to do that on those. And then you could put a smaller one here if you want to, but I figure by the time you sit it in your pot or whatever, your plant isn't going to start till here anyways. So, so that is our version of this. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. That was recommended on another video just to keep moisture from going up in the ends of the wood, the cedar. So we will do that yet too. So thanks for stopping by Dee's Kitchen and Woodworking. Hope you enjoyed it.